All right, June 13th, workout breakdown. I'm really excited about this workout, to say the least. Lots of stuff going on here. So, first block, you have a 12-minute pull-up AMRAP. Just to be very clear, if you guys see pull-ups, if it's not listed like any variation, the point of it is to do strict pull-ups. So just keep that in mind. Like if you see somebody kipping or butterflying all frantically all over the place, like that is absolutely not the goal. So I'm looking for you guys to do 12 minutes. Now, the reasoning behind 12 minutes, 10 minutes, we have a 10-minute pull-up AMRAP as a baseline. I'm hoping some people remember that. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want you guys to compare it to that, because that's not the point. I didn't want to do 15 minutes because if you do the math on like sets and time of recovery, 15 minutes ends up being way too much volume. So I wanted to give kind of a happy medium in terms of like not making you feel like it's a legitimate like 12-minute, go do as many as you physically can, and still giving you enough time to do your 5 sets if you want to just do 5 sets of strict pull-ups with, you know, a higher volume count. But again, leave the door open to a little bit more lax. So that 2 extra minutes gives the group an opportunity to kind of autonomy-wise, like work their way into the pull-ups and their sets and not feel rushed. So that's how I fell onto 12 minutes. If anybody does want to do 12 minutes legitimately as many pull-ups as possible, like you can also do that as well. I think there's value in that. But it seems like the perfect amount of time for everybody to achieve whatever it is they would like to achieve in these 12 minutes without ultimately feeling rushed. So there's that. Now, the second block, which is just looks chaotic. This is why I built Core 4. Like, I love coming up with ideas and structures. Again, what makes up the structures isn't necessarily the challenging part. Like, I go into the workout pretty much knowing what I want to do or emphasize. I try really hard not to be like crazy and polarizing with what we're doing. It's the structures that are the cool part. Keeps it entertaining. It's fun. Keeps you moving a lot of times. And again, that's why I love programming workouts is for this part. So this one looks cool as hell. Again, what makes it up, like the meat and potatoes of it, I don't think is anything crazy. Like it's jump roping, bear crawls, calories, and cleans. Like that's pretty self-explanatory. But how we're going to do it, I think is pretty neat. So alternating 3-minute EMOM. I don't know why I've been doing this. Is like the 3rd workout in the last month where we've had alternating 3-minute EMOM. There's no relevant or like there's no link to any of that. I don't know why that keeps happening. So it just worked out time-wise, I guess. But it's an alternating 3-minute EMOM. So you have 3 minutes in Group A, 3 minutes in Group B, and you just keep ping-ponging back and forth. It's going to be 8 rounds total. So you're going to spend 4 3 minutes in Group A and 4 3-minute EMOMs in Group B. The difference between this one, I think the last time we did a 3-minute EMOM or alternating 3-minute EMOM, is that you will have a 1-minute break after each group. So you're going to do Group A. You're going to have 1 minute break to rest and transition, do Group B, 1 minute break to rest and transition, and then go back to Group A. So really it's 3-1, 3-1 in terms of time. That's 8 minutes per round. And you're going to do that 4 times. So however you want to view that, 8 total rounds or 4 like kind of like big rounds, I suppose. And why this is so cool and why I love what we do and how and nobody else in the world can do this in group fitness is that within those rounds, you also have goals for completion, which is really cool. So you can either choose to just go through the motions and do the workout, or you can also make it competitive and give yourself something to aim for and ultimately try to finish within those 3 rounds as well, which makes our workouts just so unique and why I get so excited to not only write them, but do them myself. The only problem with that is it's really, really hard to write not necessarily like thresholds into the workout. It's really hard to make it a fair playing field. I spend the majority of my time like trying to figure out the reps and the count to not only hit the threshold where it's actually worth our time to do it physically, but also hit the caps for everybody's different level of fitness. That's the hard part. So this one, Group A, you have an 8-round cap, meaning every time you're in a 3-minute EMOM, you're attempting to achieve 8 total rounds. So in your 4 rounds, which is 12 total minutes you'll spend in Group A, you're trying to achieve 8 total rounds of what's listed. So you're going to have to pick up where you left off. So you're going to do either the 150 singles or double unders, 1 minute cap if you're not overly skilled at jump roping. Hopefully people are getting better at that, by the way. And then you're going to do a single dumbbell bear crawl, and you're going to do 2 shuttles, meaning you're only going to have 1 dumbbell on one side. So sticking to the unilateral month as well. So we got that caveat thrown in there. And again, the 35, 50-pound dumbbell is still there for gold standard weights. I would think you would do, one arm, 2 shuttles, and then the next round switch arms. I wouldn't be switching the dumbbell in between. That's just me in terms of efficiency. But either way, you're going to do your jump rope. You're going to do your 2 shuttles. That's 1 round. Your goal is to finish 8 total rounds of that. If you finish 8 total rounds of that within your 12 minutes of work in Group A, hopefully everybody's following me along here, you are then going to start accumulating calories on the bike. So the real goal is to finish all 8 rounds in Group A, all 4 rounds in Group B, and then start accumulating calories with whatever time you have left in Group A and in Group B. Will that happen for everybody? Absolutely not. But there'll be plenty of people in the gym, which is, again, why I love writing these, that will have the opportunity to get there and try to get to the calories biked. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, Group B is the same concept. Pick up where you left off. You're trying to get through 4 total rounds of calories skied, going down by 5, and ball cleans, which will be done on the turf, which is, again, anytime you see on turf, it's really just space purposes. So the rowers will be up, of course. But again, you have 2 options here. You can start at 25 calories skied, or you can start at 35 calories skied. And then every single time you get back to the calories on the ski erg, it goes down by 5. So you're either going to do 25, 20, 15, 10, or 35, 30, 25, 10. 10 cleans, and just back and forth. Again, you only have 3 minutes to work. Start chipping away, right? Hypothetically, let's say I can't finish 35 calories on the ski erg in 3 minutes, which is obviously not true. But hypothetically, I get to 32. I need to remember that. Next time I come back to Group B, I'm going to pick up at my 32. I have 3 calories to go, and then start my cleans, and then go back to the calories, 30 calories clean, and then 10 ball cleans, so on and so forth as you go. So you have lots of options within the workout, and ultimately thresholds you can aim for if you're somebody that likes the competitive portion of the workout. So again, there's a lot in here. Really excited about it. Hopefully this explained it well enough that you guys can start thinking about it and figuring out what you want to do before you come in. I think these videos are really helpful for that. And I'm excited to do this because I'm excited to get to the bike and see, because I have no idea how many calories biked is possible. I'm certainly going to try to find out. But I do know it's possible to get to the bike. I've clocked that out in my head 20 times over. So again, if you guys have any questions, obviously feel free to reach out. If anybody ever has any suggestions, obviously let me know. I felt like there was something else I wanted to say about this, but I do not remember. Either way, hope you guys enjoy it.